We think we have a bad starter here. Shut it back off. Let's try again. Alright, shut it off. Now what was it doing before? It would just
clicked. The first time it clicked.
Oh, that was it.
Started.
So you actually turned the key all the way back off and then back on again?
Yeah, the first time it didn't start.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounded like a bad starter because obviously you got plenty of power and everything.
And then when it started, it was the second time, and then it kept starting.
Right. So it has a bad spot that, yeah, I mean, you can't be messing with that when you're delivering.
It's supposed to gamble.
Yeah.
Trying to deliver.
Right, and eventually it's going to actually get worse and stop working, period. So, all right. Well, anyway,
let's try.
He already bought another starter, so we're just going to change it out anyway. I mean, that one looked like it was in pretty rough shape as it was. I mean, you get a better view of it when we take it out. All right, let's let this thing cool off. So you have to move the air box, or in this case, the aftermarket air cleaner, to get to the starter on an automatic. On a manual, they're actually located like more towards up under here. But anyway, this is an automatic EX. I think they're 14mm bolts. There's the one on that side, and then of course there's going to be one somewhere down here. I think that's it right there. And oh, and we want to disconnect the battery too, and disconnect these electrical connectors. So we'll disconnect the battery. And we'll go for disconnecting this guy, which I think is also hopefully a 10mm, maybe a 12. Looks a little big. Yeah, it's a 12. Yep, it's a 12. So we'll get that removed. And then there's one more thing down here. I think it just pulls out. Yep. It's just a little blade connector. And we'll get this undone. And then we have to get the two bolts out, which are probably a 14mm. If you can grab that, Chris. I might need some help. Can you stop it? Alright, we had to get the big guy out here. There we go. That was so easy with this. Okay, so that's easy to, once it's broken loose, it's easy now, especially if you have one that's been on, you know, since the beginning. Like this is probably an original starter. But now that it's broken loose, it's coming out. Okay, that should be one of the bolts. Alright, and I need to get a shorter extension. See that little bit of chrome there? You can probably see it spinning. There it is. So that's where it goes through to, back behind there. As soon as I got this bolt a little bit loose, notice how the starter is pretty much ready to come out. On some cars where the starter is located down on the bottom of the front of the transmission, watch out for the bolt going through, like one bolt going through the other side. That's how my Stratus RT was, actually. And it took me a minute to find it because there was a lot of grease and dirt at the time. Car's a bit cleaner now. go. There's the second bolt. And they are different. So make sure that you put the longer bolt in the back and the shorter bolt in the front. And it just basically lifts out. And it looks to be identical. We're going to take the opportunity to clean this up a bit under here before we put the new starter back in. Alright, a lot of the dirt's coming up now. It's getting cleaner. I'm going to scrub a little bit more before putting the starter back in. It looks a lot better though so far. Now that it's a bit cleaner, we're going to go ahead and put the new starter in. I guess I gotta pull back the boot a little there. See it go on. There we go. Then put the boot down around it securely. Alright, and there you have it. New starter. So make sure you plug your battery back in, connect your hose, connect the connector to the air temp sensor, and we gotta tighten that up. And but basically we're ready to start it. Give it a crank. Nice. Alright, shut it off. So there you have it. Brand new starter install. And we got to take the old one back to the store for a core. And then we're just going to do a quick oil change here, get it up on the ramps, and then we'll be done for the day.